right, welcome to the Let It Fly show. I'm Michael Severe, joined by Josh Jones, Omaha Central, and of course Creighton Blue Jays as well. We are inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar in the Capital District. It's going to be we're going to go over it, but it's going to be a crazy weekend.
I know,
There's
man.
so much. I mean, obviously Nebraska's not playing, right? So Nebraska always kind of brings a crowd, but even without them, so much going on.
I know.
It's the time to get to a sports bar because even if you've got 6 TVs at your house, you can't get everything.
I know.
You can't get everything.
I know.
So you got to have a lot of it.
You know what else?
Come and get this.
You know, so I got YouTube TV, right?
Me too.
And I learned like networks don't clash. They won't allow networks to be on the same multi-screen.
Right.
So man, somehow we need to work something out.
Yeah, you can do it for football. That's about the only thing. Other sports, they don't play that. But yeah, brought to you, of course, by presenting sponsor Bud Light as well. No matter what you're doing, you're watching some volleyball because the tournament's going on. You're watching football, championship series, whatever you're watching. Remember, easy drinking, easy buckets, spikes, touchdowns. Throughout Nebraska, easy to drink and easy to enjoy. We appreciate Bud Light being our presenting sponsor. The guest this week, coming off of beating the #1 team in the country for the second time in the same calendar year, Pop Isaacs, leading scorer last night when we're taping this.
He might be leading. You might be saying that way more than just last night.
He's got a long way to go to be able to catch Ryan Kalkbrenner as the leading scorer, only because Ryan at 50, when he had 49, it's hard. Like, I looked to check, and I think right now, Pop is like 17.
Yeah.
And Ryan's like at 27.
Right.
It's got to take a while to catch him up.
Yeah, but he a bucket getter.
He's a bucket getter.
He's aggressive. I can't wait to chop it up.
Yeah, we'll chop it up with him and see what he's doing, how everything's going. I mentioned busy days. So you got both Creighton and Nebraska, obviously, in the NCAA tournament for volleyball.
Right.
Tonight, we're taping this on a Thursday. Tonight, Creighton plays South Dakota at 7, so it'll be over by that time. But you've got that one. And then tomorrow night, which is Friday night, Nebraska plays Florida A&M. That's also a 7 p.m. start with Nebraska playing Florida A&M. You know the nickname for Florida A&M?
Damn, I wish I knew.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you a hint.
You know, he be saying some funny stuff.
No, I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. Snake.
I'm about to say, give me all right, 2 guesses.
Okay.
Either Mambas
That'd be awesome, though.
I don't know, anacondas. I don't know.
Rattlers.
Rattlers.
They're the rattlers.
Wait, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're the rattlers.
I heard that
snake.
before.
You know, like a little. I probably could have said.
I said Mambas.
Rattlesnake. That'd have been giving too much away.
Maybe I'll throw myself off because I was assuming it would be a trick question.
You know how cool that would be if somebody was the Mambas?
I know, man.
Well, I give you one of the coolest nicknames in all of college sports. Okay, so way back, like in the 30s, Arkansas is playing Arkansas Tech in football, and Arkansas obviously is the big team in the state.
Yeah.
So Arkansas Tech upsets Arkansas.
Okay.
The headline says, Wonder Boys from Tech beat backs. Okay. The nickname for Arkansas Tech is the Wonder Boys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Till this day, it's the Wonder Boys. Because somebody wrote it. Because back then, you didn't all have nicknames.
That's kind of, okay.
A lot of them were just the color of your uniform, or like, you know, they called Nebraska was the Bug Eaters.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people didn't have nicknames.
This is like way off, but it's kind of like when the Mighty Ducks became a real team.
Right, exactly.
I feel
exactly. No doubt about that.
That didn't go well for Disney.
No, well, you know. All I know is the knuckle puck is impossible to stop. Friday night, Saturday, filled with conference championship games. You get the Mountain West championship game Friday night, UNLV Boise. And then you got the AAC game, Tulane at Army. You've got 2 teams. One coming from Vegas.
Yep.
Going to New York State.
That's crazy.
It'd be cold.
I know.
You have, not New York State, going to Boise, you know, up in Idaho.
Yeah.
And then you got Tulane from New Orleans going to Army, which is in New York State. Them boys is gonna be cold.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Buffs versus the Niners.
Yeah, exactly. The other night, the other night, you watched that money, you're like, ooh,
you knew that game was over.
The snow's falling, and you're like, oh, you're getting in trouble.
Right.
Saturday, Big 12 championship game, Arizona State, Iowa State. Who you like?
I like ASU.
I like ASU as well.
I like ASU.
Georgia in a rematch against Texas, SEC championship game.
Texas.
Texas bounced back. Okay.
Yeah.
Georgia beat their butts last time.
Yeah, Texas.
I kind of lean towards Georgia because I trust Kirby Smart more than I do the head coach of Texas.
Yeah, right.
Big Ten, Oregon against Penn State. Everybody thought it was going to be Ohio State.
I know.
Michigan said, no.
That's crazy.
And then now it's Penn State
Didn't you like how they kind of threw hands? That was cool to me.
I have no problem with celebrating on someone's field after you beat them.
Me
because
either.
You know what you have? Josh, you have 60 minutes to fight.
Facts.
60 minutes from when the clock starts to when the clock ends. Fight your ass off.
Right, for sure.
Once you've lost, sorry, bro.
It is what it is.
Losers walk, winners talk.
Yeah,
that's the way life has always been. I beat you, I can talk.
I don't like the whole classless narrative and all that. No, it's
get
sports,
the hell out of here.
I feel like as long as nobody is actually getting hurt or harmed, the animosity is cool.
A few years ago, one of Michigan's players went onto the middle of Michigan State's field and drug his feet to mess up the grass. This was AstroTurf. The damn thing's not even going in.
I know.
Okay, you're not really planting the flag. You're sitting the flag. Whatever. Get over it. Win.
Yeah.
You want somebody to stop?
Hey, look, win. Hold on. There was a point when they was scuffling.
Yeah.
When they put it on the coach, and his face said, "I know I'm fired."
He said, that's what he said when he went, what's going on?
Yeah.
He's like, what happened?
That was the face of a man who knew that he lost the program and might have lost his job.
They're probably not going to lose. He's probably not going to lose his job,
I bet you that ran through his mind, though.
But if for some reason they got knocked out in the first round,
he'd be out of there.
There's things that could be. His problem is this,
What's that?
And I think you've known people like this, whether it be coaches or players.
Yep.
He's wound too tight.
I agree.
You know those people? They're just wound too tight.
I agree.
Now, when you're playing somebody and you're a big favorite, sometimes it's not that big of a deal of a game. You can go out and play loose.
Right.
But you got those people like Ryan Day. He's just I watched him that whole day. I watched him on game day do an interview where he walked off before the interview was all the way over.
Right.
Didn't say hi to anybody, just answered the questions. And then with pregame, the young lady interviewed him, same thing. I'm like, that dude, his is like this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Diamonds coming out of that thing.
Yeah. I hate to say it, and I'm saying this respectfully. I remember when Coach Altman was towards a year before he left to Oregon. He was wound very tight.
Yeah.
And I think it's because he was doing so well in his success in the Valley that the teams finally caught up to him. And it took the circumstances of him leaving, coming back, us having a horrible team that year for him to recognize, I got to go. And now Oregon is playing USC.
There they go.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Down 4 early. And then you got an ACC game. It's Clemson SMU. Got a feel? Oh, by the way, Oregon, Penn State, who you like?
I like Oregon.
So I grew up a Penn State fan. My dad was a chef there before he passed away. I love Penn State. Grew up as a Penn State fan.
Yeah.
I just think that he can't score enough to stay with Oregon.
I agree.
So and then you got Clemson SMU.
Yeah. I think that SMU gonna win.
I'm taking the ponies. People keep talking about they haven't played anybody, didn't play anybody. Who Clemson played?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody Clemson played that was good. They lost to them.
100%.
They both played at Louisville.
We on the same page today, man.
Let's
Look
go.
at me.
Let's go ponies. Let's go ponies.
I feel
and then
smart.
Sunday, your big games are Buffalo at the Rams.
That's gonna be
Seattle
fun.
and Arizona should be a fun game. And then of course Sunday night, Chargers and the Chiefs.
Yes.
Should be a really good
one. Ask you
one.
a question.
Yeah.
Who the best team in the NFL? Eagles or the Lions?
Okay, so this is a tough question. If you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago, I'd have said Detroit easily.
Yeah.
Currently, Detroit has 11 guys on IR off their defense alone. Then they lost, looks like they're going to lose their right tackle. They're banged up all over the place.
Okay.
They're not healthy. I think Philly's healthier, so right now I would take the Eagles because they're healthier.
Okay.
And because Barkley is, do you know this? So Barkley's leading the NFL
right now
in rushing. He's
MVP though.
He's fifth in rushing, just his second half numbers.
I know.
So if you take his second half numbers and you add it into the totals, he's fifth.
Dang.
He is dominating games in the second half.
Yeah.
So
NFL MVP.
It's hard.
Not
NFL.
Wait. Let me say this.
Offensive MVP.
Behind Josh Allen.
Offensive MVP, he's locked in for.
Okay.
It's really hard for a running back
to be NFL MVP
or a wide receiver to win NFL MVP. It's really hard.
Why?
It almost always goes to the quarterback.
Josh Allen.
It just does.
Josh
so
Allen.
I think it's probably Josh Allen currently, especially after beating the Chiefs and the way he's playing. But I think offensive MVP. It was back and forth. It was Derrick Henry. It was Barkley. It was odds-wise, and now it's like it's Barkley.
Baltimore controlled their fate to trick that off for Derrick Henry.
That was tough. That was tough losing that game.
Anyway.
Headlines real quick. Obviously, Creighton, unranked, gets a number one team to come in here again, the CHI, takes them out, beats them, gets going early on. What was the key, you thought, to Creighton winning that game against Kansas?
Home court advantage and Ryan Kalkbrenner and Pop Isaacs. And to me, to be real with you, that number one win wasn't as big for one versus just momentum going into this season of play just because it's
good for the resume.
Yeah, it's better for the resume versus that number one look.
Yeah, their non-conference resume is going to be amazing.
Creighton, I hate to say it if they play again, like 2 out of 3 times, I think Creighton actually has a chance to win that series because I think they got better bigs and better offensive guards. But I just think that it was a confidence builder. It's going to help their resume down the line, but I'm not really. It's cool for program history.
Sure,
it's cool for TV. It is a huge win, but it's bigger for the resume.
It's big for the resume.
That's fair.
The Jays had 14 turnovers.
Yeah.
If there's one thing on the stat sheet, they were 12 of 29 from 3. Kansas was just 8 of 23.
Right.
Kalkbrenner came back, went 17 and 10. Ashworth started approaching a triple-double for a second there. He went 17, 8, and 6.
I know.
And Pop Isaacs had 27, 6 of 9 from 3. But the one thing was those turnovers.
Yep.
That's not Creighton basketball.
It's not.
Don't turn the ball over, don't foul.
The thing about that is sometimes I feel like when Creighton has turnovers like that, it's all off of trying. It's like half and half. Half is trying to make plays off of momentum of the game. The other half is just off of really be like Pop and Steven.
Yeah.
They keep it real.
Yep.
And they trying to make the plays.
Right. Trying to make the plays.
You can clean that up easy. This is a better stat. Creighton, I think they only had like 7 fouls.
That's what they don't foul. They don't turn the ball over normally.
Creighton didn't foul. Yeah. That right there alone is hard to beat when a team is hot like that. Yeah,
you looked at the free throw discrepancy, and let's see, Creighton went 14 of 17 from the line, and Kansas only made 5 free throws.
Did Hunter Dickinson have an off game, or is Ryan Kalkbrenner just better?
I think he got in foul trouble for a little bit.
Yeah.
He had to come off the court, but only getting 6 points. I mean, he shot 204. He shot the ball 4 times. That reminds me of Ryan Kalkbrenner playing like a Nebraska.
I know.
Or that kind of game.
But the thing is, it's like styles make fights.
Sure.
And I just kind of feel like
it was those shots early.
Creighton is a bad matchup for Kansas on any day.
Yeah, definitely getting the shots off early, I think, rattled them a little bit.
For sure.
Creighton goes for revenge Saturday playing UNLV. We went to that game, and physically UNLV beat them up Creighton down low.
And last year, the kryptonite of Creighton was physicality.
Yep. And
so let's see what they're going to do.
Yep, you saw that. No doubt about that.
Exactly. Thank you.
Number 2 headline, Huskers finished the season 6-6. It looks like now the bowl game will probably be New York.
Yep.
So you get the Pinstripe Bowl, which is played in Yankee Stadium. It looks like that's where it'll be. Everything changed when Michigan upset Ohio State.
Right.
Originally, it was going to be Iowa going to Florida, Tampa, Nebraska going to Nashville, and then Michigan goes to New York. With Michigan winning, now Michigan wants to go to Florida.
Yep.
Looks like Iowa's going to go to Nashville and play the Music City, which means Nebraska going to play on the 28th, which is a Saturday noontime start in New York City versus somebody from the ACC, probably Louisville.
I agree.
Probably Louisville.
Yep.
Probably somebody Louisville. So it's going to be a good game. It's going to be fun. It's tough, man. You look at what Nebraska's done. They had 3. I said this season is going to be named opportunity lost.
Yeah.
They had every opportunity to win at least 2 more games.
Right.
You dominate Iowa the way you did.
Yeah.
Iowa had 164 yards in the game.
I know.
125 of them were on 4 plays.
Right.
It's crazy. Just giving games away.
How I feel about that is next season, everybody going to act like that never happened. Something got to change, bro.
I know. It's got to. And it did.
Keep it real.
You got a new offensive coordinator in, obviously.
Right.
Tony White leaves. That's our headline number 3.
Right.
Defensive coordinator leaves. Defensive line coach, Terrence Knighton, leaves. So you bring in all these new people.
Right.
New wide receiver coaches coming in who coached at Kentucky, played for Dana Holgerson, and also coached under Dana Holgerson.
Yep.
So you're bringing those guys in.
Yeah.
So it will be a lot of change, a lot of difference.
Buddy that left Nebraska, did he leave because he got a better opportunity? Or
Tony White?
Yeah.
Tony White supposedly told Coach Rule that he wanted to go back to Florida for his family. He wanted to take his family back there. This is what I think. If you're a defensive line coach, there's no place in the country to get better talent than the Southeast.
For sure.
So the Gulf region from Louisiana over, that's where the majority of your great defensive linemen come from.
Right.
So he can walk out of his door wherever he is there in Tallahassee and recruit 3 or 4 guys that he could never even get to Nebraska for a visit.
Right.
So I think that helps him a little bit too.
We need to see some memes. Well, not even memes. We need to see Matt Rule sightings in Crenshaw and Compton. That's where we need him to go next.
He can go to California all he wants. He needs to go down to Georgia. He needs to go down to Alabama. He needs to go down to Florida. And look, if you look at the top 25 recruiting class they got, it was number 21, number 20. They got 6 4-stars, and they did. They went all over the place and got players.
For sure.
Some local ones obviously here. They had the top player from North Dakota, the top player from South Dakota, and the top player from Colorado, actually. And the top player from Nebraska, too. So,
I just feel like that's the change we need. And the thing is, sometimes the transfer portal is tricky when you get some of these guys because just because they're the third string on another Power 5 team, that don't mean that
they're behind.
Man.
Trey Palmer came here from LSU. Trey Palmer was playing behind 3 different guys who were drafted in the first round going to the NFL wide receiver. So when he came, he was like, nobody's in front of me. Let's go.
Right.
You can do the same thing. So, so that probably the bowl game will be in New York, Pinstripe Bowl in Yankee Stadium. It's going to be chilly.
For sure.
But at least the sun will be out, hopefully. Yeah.
Right.
Coming up, we're going to chat with the guy who was the leading scorer against Kansas, Pop Isaac, the transfer coming in. We'll talk to him coming up here next on Let It Fly Show.
On a Sunday.
Gotta go. I forgot the sausage. You guys ready to eat? There you go. On a Sunday.
All right, welcome back to the Let It Fly Show. We are joined now by Creighton guard and leading scorer against Kansas as we taped this last night. Pop Isaacs, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you guys?
I'm good. You still kind of riding a high from last night? How long does it take to come down from a night like that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not necessarily riding a high because we had to move on in practice today and start thinking about UNLV. So, but I mean, I didn't go to sleep till pretty late last night. It was a fun night. Just happy that we got a win. It was a win that we needed. So I'm just happy. I'm happy for me. I'm happy for the team. Just got to continue it.
Nice.
Yeah, you played against them obviously before or whatever. How much do you feel like? Usually people that transfer, from what I've seen, they transfer to this Big East conference, it take a lot to get acclimated. You just fit right in like you was already in the conference. Do you think that's just your mentality as a scorer, or what makes you feel what makes it so easy for you to just gel?
I feel like I played in a lot of big games in my career. Texas Tech, my first 2 years. Obviously, I played in the Big 12, which is arguably the best conference in the country.
Yep.
I played in a lot of big games, and I feel like, those big games I played in before helped me for nights like last night. Coming here, I wouldn't necessarily say I had to change my game, but I had to adjust some things, and I feel like it's made me an overall better player, just playing in Coach McDermott's system. And it's been great so far. So,
Pop Isaacs joining us here on Let It Fly Show. I'm sure you were confident going into the game last night, but was there a point during that game, I thought it was like 10 minutes in, that you felt, oh, man, we might be better than them tonight?
I just had a feeling before the game that it was going to be one of them nights. We started off with a couple good possessions on offense, got some stops to start the game. My first shot went in. And I just felt like one of those nights, man. But, I would say, we're a confident team. We've been through some adversity earlier. I think just before the game, you could see it in everybody's eyes, like we were ready to go out there and get a win. So,
have you played in an atmosphere I got more questions leading up to why you came to Creighton, but in all the games you played in, have you played in an atmosphere like last night?
Probably not like last night. The closest, that was probably pretty close. We ended up losing, though, and getting it was just we were losing. We played Texas at home last year. So it was the last time that Texas and Texas Tech had played. Were playing against each other in the same conference. So it was rocking, but they were whooping us from the jump. So they took the crowd out of the game right away. So last night was for sure the best crowd I've experienced in college.
Did you know you were going to have Kalk before the game? I know he went out there, but did you know he was going to play?
Yeah, I knew. He told me he was playing. So I wasn't going to.
So it was no surprise.
Yeah.
So what was that like, knowing you were going to have him back in the lineup?
It was great. He kind of told us, he was going to attempt to play no matter how it went. So, kudos to him because I know that wasn't easy. Kudos to Steven as well.
Oh, yeah.
Both guys banged up. Even me had some things going on. So, just for us to go out there, not 100% as a team. We didn't even really practice, fully, one big, just go at it. It was great to see just for us to go out there and do what we did. So,
Speaking of Steven, sometimes I feel like he's a better player playing off the ball, but I know he's a one. How do you feel like about Steven and how he compliments you? And like, do you feel like you can actually play the same if you played the point versus off the ball?
Yeah, I mean, if you actually like watch the games possession by possession, obviously like he'll start with it in a lot of initial actions, but like it's whoever gets it goes on the break. So,
Sure.
And that's kind of how it starts. And I'll probably say like the past 3 games, I've probably been handling it a little more than I started off. But I mean, with us too, I don't necessarily think it matters who gets it because we're both looking to make the right play. And we're both dynamic shooters, off the dribble or on the catch. So I mean, it really doesn't matter. Whoever gets it goes, and we're just playing basketball. So yeah.
Pop Isaac's joining us here on Let It Fly show. You're shooting just under 40% from 3. Usually when players come here in this system, their 3-point average goes up. Is there something they worked with you a little bit on your shot? There are things that you worked with off season leading into this season?
Nah, I mean, I shot 38 from 3 my freshman year. I think people looked at last year and kind of seen the percentage, and that wasn't who I was.
Yeah.
I could shoot the ball. Coach McDermott knew that beforehand. That's why he brought me in.
Yeah.
He knew I could score, knew I could shoot. It was just about being more efficient with my game. A lot of the reason my percentage probably looked like that was because of some of the shots I was taking.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So when and where you're taking them more than
where I was
you can
taking
shoot.
them.
Yeah.
And part of it was what I was asked to be doing, and part of it was, just me making better decisions. But I know how good of a shooter I am, and I know when I take good shots, I'm a good shooter. So,
What about like why did you leave Tech and why Creighton? And what did it come? Was there another school before you decided Creighton? Was there a top 2?
I mean, it probably came down to here in BYU.
Good choice, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time you spent there, but it's a good choice.
I would say so too. But I left Tech just because I feel like I needed, just for me to grow as a player. I feel like it would be better for me to separate. Love Coach McCaslin. Like, I think he loves me as well. He's a great dude. I have nothing but respect for him, and I'm sure he feels the same way. So it's nothing about Tech that that was just bad. It was just what I was looking for, and I was looking to grow and just become a better player, be put in more of a spot where I can be more of an efficient player. And I think coming to Creighton, was the best spot for me to do that at. I had a relationship with Coach McDermott previously in high school.
Oh, like recruiting you?
Yeah, recruiting me in high school. I almost came to Creighton out of high school. Took an official visit here in high school.
I remember that.
So that helped. I knew Coach Miller for a while. They had a relationship with my family. So just the fact that I knew them, I was comfortable with them. I just really saw myself here, and what they wanted me to do is, I just really saw myself fitting in here.
You talked to a number of guys who have, portaled in or transferred in here, and they say, you sit down with Coach McDermott, he kind of says, okay, this is what I want for you, this is what we can do for you. Did he do that? He bring you in the office and show you and kind of won you over that way?
Nah, so I actually didn't even take a visit this time.
Oh, okay.
When I committed here, I was on crutches. I had surgery this past offseason.
Okay.
But I had seen the campus before, so and that was part of a big reason why I did decide to come here, because I wasn't able to take any visits. So just being comfortable with a spot was a big thing.
So you already knew what they did. You knew how they played.
Yeah,
you knew you could fit in.
And I kind of knew the role he was asking me to do. I think he knows, and I knew, like, I was a smart player, so adjusting to how they do things, obviously it's going to be an adjustment, but it wasn't just going to be too hard for me because I get things. And I feel like it was just a fit. Obviously, we knew each other, like I said, and I think it was a match made in heaven. So,
Well, who do you model your game after? What I like personally about your game is you always in attack mode. You always looking to not necessarily score, but make the best play, whether it's you scoring first or penetrating, whatever that is. Like, where do you get that from, and who do you if on the highest level, who would you consider you model your game after?
Josh likes people without a conscience, too.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I love him. No conscience, just shoot.
I'll probably say the 2 guys that I'm watching the most right now, at least, it's probably Peyton Pritchard and, like, Trey Young, probably along those lines.
Yeah, okay, I
two.
can see
So,
that. I can see that.
Those probably the guys I model my game after, but, I mean, it's a bunch of dudes I love to watch, obviously, in the NBA. I'm sure the same guys everybody else loves to watch. But, Yeah, those probably the main two guys just because I feel like we have similar size,
Yeah.
you know, have similar games, and I feel like I can learn some things from them and how they get their games off versus length and stuff like that. So
You come in as a new guy. Of course, Jemiah comes in too, and other guys come in. Who was it somebody that kind of made it easy on you, the transition, just to get into the family of Creighton?
I mean, everybody, but I mean, Steven and Kalkbrenner did a great job this summer leading. I mean, I've heard, you know, this is the loudest Kalk has ever been in practices throughout the summer and throughout the year. So he took a big step, you know, leadership-wise. You know, he did a really good job for sure. Kalkbrenner did just making things easy, making things comfortable. That's my guy. We have a great relationship. So Steven did a great job as well. But those two guys did a great job of making things easy for all the newcomers. So
Nice.
What about Jemiah? When I look at his game, I feel like there's more, and I'm not sure if if he's just playing his role or if he's trying to get acclimated to the system. I see he's an athlete. I know he can hit threes. Do you feel like he's still trying to like get comfortable in the system, or is he playing a specific role that like I'm just not understanding?
yeah, I mean, I'd probably say it's a combination of both. You know, if you look at Jemiah the past 3 years at Arizona State, he hasn't really played in like a structure like Creighton does,
No doubt.
at least.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I mean?
doubt.
It's two
Yeah.
different structures. And he's being asked to do two different things that he was asked to do for the past 3 years, as opposed to that he's being asked to do now. You know, he also, like me, and he's done a great job of this too, is just knowing when and when not to shoot. And I feel like, you know, he has to find the line of being more aggressive. I think we're all telling him that, like, we want you to be more aggressive. And, you know, he just does a great job of picking his spots. But, I mean, there is more to it, and we see it every day in practice. We all know that. But it's just a matter of him being more – he's still getting more comfortable in the system and knowing when and where to shoot. And he's done a great job. And, you know, just as time goes on and as he keeps getting more comfortable, I think you'll continue to see him getting better and better. So.
For sure.
Pop Isaac's joining us here on Let It Fly Show. Anybody still call you Richard?
Nah, my parents, that's it.
They do, all right?
Yeah.
One person to call me Mike is my mom. I'm like, dude, stop calling me Mike. How did Pop come about?
So when I was a kid, I was always just dribbling around in gyms and stuff like that. And my dad and other AAU coaches I was around, the ball would just always go pop, pop in my hand. So it started, everybody's like, pop, pop. And it just stuck from there, basically.
Like
so,
I feel you.
Yep. So everybody just started calling me that since I was a kid. And shoot, it hasn't changed since. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's talk about that slump, man. Y'all lost a few in a row. I mean, what do you think that's a result of? Like, I know people can say, like, you can shoot bad, and is it like what, like, keeping it real, why do you feel like y'all went through what y'all went through?
I mean, first off, it was the first time we had, you know, faced adversity together. And anytime a group faces adversity together, you don't know how anybody's going to react. So, but I would say the primary reason, I mean, I don't think we just really knew how we wanted to play in those games yet. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
To get the ball to
and
Kalk
I
and
mean, the
struggle.
teams we played against, you know, played well too at the same time. Not to take credit against them, and we played against 3 good teams. Nebraska's a good team. San Diego State's a really good team, and so is A&M. And I mean, obviously, if I had a chance to get those games back, I mean, I would love to play them. But I mean, those teams played well in those games, and we weren't making shots at the time. The way teams were guarding Kalkbrenner, they were just sitting in the paint. And we were getting good looks.
Sure.
We just weren't making them. Like, if you watch the film, we were just missing open shots a lot of the times. And we had some turnover issues, and we still have to clean that up. But I would say it's the combination of that. But, I mean, do I regret going through that and losing those games? No, because, I mean, I don't know if we would have won those games if what happened last night would have happened. You know what I mean?
Preparation.
Just because,
Yeah, no doubt.
you know, the adversity that we've gone through early in the season, it prepared us just to be ready to play. In the schedule, I mean, we played a tough schedule too so far. It's not like obviously you hope to win every game, and some teams could do it, but it's hard, man. It's hard to win.
Sure.
So.
There might be 9 teams that make the tournament they're playing in the non-conference. So you mentioned turnovers. You did have 14 last night. Out of everything that happened, as good as the night it was, I'm assuming that was worked on in practice today?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it kind of, with the way we want to play, we don't want to necessarily turn the ball over. But, I mean, me and Steven do have the ball in our hands a lot. So it really just, I mean, Coach trusts us. So and a lot of the turnovers are me and him just making better passes and making good decisions with the ball. So I'm sure we'll get it cleaned up, and Coach trusts us to get it cleaned up.
Word.
So.
Kind of talk about UNLV and getting ready for playing them. Do you feel like, I know nobody's no slouch or whatever, but what's some things about them that y'all feel like y'all gotta prepare the most for?
Yeah, they have a really good point guard, DJ Thomas, who torched Creighton last year.
Yep,
actually.
We were there.
I know him. He's from Vegas. I'm from Vegas, so
What high school did you go to?
I went to Coronado. He went to Liberty, so
Okay.
they're down the street from each other, literally.
Right.
So, yeah, that's they have a really good point guard. They have a real good team who's hungry and kind of how we were last night, just looking for a big win, a statement win, a win that's going to stick to their resume.
Yeah.
You know, they beat us last year. Obviously, I wasn't on the team, but they beat us last year, and you know that left a taste in everybody's mouth, and we wanted to go out there and get a win. So,
Yeah.
So I grew up in New Orleans. So people hear that and they're like, ooh, New Orleans, you must have been. You grew up in Vegas. People
Right.
probably go, oh, you were out all the time. I always tell people that you really don't go out unless people come visit you. What was it like being
As
a
a
kid
local?
in Vegas?
yeah. So when I was a kid, I was in LA. So I moved
Okay.
to Vegas in about the 6th grade. But it was being in Vegas from the 6th grade on. It was cool. It was different. It wasn't what it was now. Obviously, with the teams moving there and
Right.
the expansion, it's a lot more people moving there, and it's just becoming a bigger city day by day. But
People come visit you a lot?
not necessarily.
Okay.
But I mean, it's cool. It's really like any other city. Obviously, nobody else would think that because when you go there, you just think of the Strip and the
Sure.
glitz and
No
the
doubt.
glamour and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it's like any other city. Had great talent there. A bunch of my friends are playing in college that are from Vegas. A lot of dudes that was really better than me when I was younger. So it really helped me
Respect.
just going against
Respect.
those dudes
I bet.
every day. And yeah, it was great growing up there.
What about Omaha? Like you get here now, 4 seasons in a day. You wearing a coat
Got
now.
that heavy coat on.
It's cold.
What you
Got
think
that heavy
about
coat
Omaha?
on.
Omaha's been dope. I mean, I don't do much anyway. I've never really done much. As
You a
person,
homebody?
So I'm a homebody. I can play the
respect it.
video game a lot. So, I mean, I'm school hoops in class right now, or school hoops and video game right now. Really, now that we're in the season too. So,
Yeah.
it's been cool though. Creighton's a great school. Obviously, it's a great degree to have. It was an adjustment with the school part at first, but
Yeah.
I got that figured out. I mean, I got some food spots I like to go to and stuff.
Yeah.
now,
Chipotle is one of them.
Nah.
Okay,
I'm so glad you said
been
because
hearing
everybody,
that,
all they
man,
ever
like,
say is Qdoba or Chipotle. That's all everybody says. Where you like to eat?
I mean, I like coming here.
Sure.
I mean, I go to Old Mattress Factory sometimes. It's good.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a few different steakhouses here that are
No
really
doubt.
good.
That's what we're known for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll
you
say
be eating
those.
good?
Yeah, I eat when I want to. When I want to.
I hear that. Talk to me about playing on a Team USA 16U, right?
Right.
You guys won gold. We always talk about winning. It's like contagious. Once you've won, you understand how to win. What did that experience mean to you? And talk about some of the guys you played with.
Yeah, that was a great experience. That was a long time ago too. Now, when you really think about it,
Yeah.
time
No,
flies,
that's facts.
man. So, that was a great experience though. Just because I mean, obviously that spot's not given to you. You go through a training camp literally the weeks before that. Just
So you
trying
get
to-
invited.
You get invited to a training camp, and you have to. It's like about 30 people, and they make cuts. They make
Win your
2
spot.
cuts basically. So you
Taking
have
notes
to,
from my son.
yeah. So you get invited to a training camp, about 30 people. They made a cut to about 21, I want to say it was the
Dang.
first time, and then the second one, or it was like 18 or something like that actually. And then the second time they got it down to 12 people for the team that was going to travel. We ended up going to Brazil. But yeah, it was just dope because you had to go out there and earn your spot against, other top players.
Sure.
And the team they put together, I was just appreciative to be a part of it. Dudes that were on that team, like me, Tam and Lipsy, who's the point guard at Iowa State
Iowa State.
now. Jalen Duren, who's in the NBA now. Jabari Smith, who's in the NBA now. Max Christie, who's in the NBA now. Chris Livingston, who's with the Bucks, I think. We had some real good
You
players
see,
on that team.
keep contact with the USA team.
Yeah,
Some
I
of the
still,
guys.
a few of them. They don't necessarily keep contact, but like when we see each other, it's all
Yeah,
love
it's
and
love,
stuff like
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that team it was just a dope experience to be a part of. We went to Brazil, a weird city in Brazil, but it was.
So you didn't go to Rio de Janeiro.
Nah,
you
we
went-
didn't go to one of the
She
big
didn't
cities.
get to- you didn't get to see
one
one.
of the big cities. We didn't go to
The
one of the big
baddies.
cities, but the dudes I was around, it was great personalities on the team. Amari Bailey was also on that team, so it was just great.
Okay.
It was some great personalities on that team who made that trip fun. We were all kids. We were just there, happy to hoop, man. We were had
sure.
USA across our chest.
That's
at
awesome.
15 and 16 years old, man.
Yep.
So it was
Dang.
nothing like that experience, and winning the gold medal game. I actually played against Ryan Nembhard in the gold medal game.
Oh, really?
So,
Yeah.
that
He was like that then, huh?
yeah, he was good then. He was
For
real
sure.
good then. So Yeah, that was dope. It was a dope experience for sure. I'll never forget it.
Yeah. But talk to me a little bit about what your goals were coming into the season. Like, what did you want to accomplish individually and obviously as a team?
Yeah, I just wanted to get better as a player overall. I wanted to make my game more efficient. You know, I just really wanted to become a better player and make my game more efficient. That was the biggest thing with me, and I feel like, you know, that would take my game to the next level and where I wanted to go. You know, just as a team, I want to win. I want to be able to provide Coach McDermott what he doesn't have. I think we have the team to do it. Obviously, we faced some adversity early on, but, I mean, you're not going to go nowhere if you don't face adversity.
You're right.
You know, that's in life, that's in sports, whatever. You know, not the more adversity you go through, but when you go through adversity, it teaches you how to, you know, go through things when those tough times do come in the season. So,
failure is one of the greatest teachers.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I'm excited. Just want to win. I want to win a lot of games.
Yeah.
So.
Last thing for me, how you decide hair up or down?
Shoot, if I have access to a hair braider, I'll have it braided.
Is there somebody where you live, or is somebody close?
Nah, I mean, I know somebody at a shop, but she's not always available.
Oh, okay.
So,
you know how y'all people is, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if anybody knows a hair braider, man, let me know. So
I got you.
No doubt about that. Pop, we appreciate it, man. Good luck the rest of the season. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate you, boys.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right, welcome back. Good discussion with Pop Isaacs. Good stuff from him.
He's an authentic dude.
He is.
Yeah, I feel like
a lot of confidence.
Creighton is blessed to have him because his confidence and the way that he plays, it elevates the team to play on another level. If you think of everybody got that one guy. Like, obviously, Kalkbrenner is an X factor as a Creighton, different team without him. But with a guy like Pop Isaacs, he make everybody get up and down the floor.
I will tell you this. There was a lot of talk before the season started that he wasn't playing well in practice. That's all.
That was him getting acclimated.
People kept saying that, and I don't know if maybe he's a bust, maybe he's not going to be good, maybe the move, and I don't hear nobody's really talking now about how he's playing.
When I watched the practice over the summer, it was more so of him just really learning the offense.
Right.
Like he said about school.
And missing shots.
Yeah, that's
missing shots, and now he's hitting his shots. And school thing will hit you fast.
No doubt.
You come over here to, you come to place like Creighton.
I know.
No offense to Texas Tech and Lubbock, by the way, is a great town to party in, okay? He said he was going to go to BYU. That would not have been a great town to party in. Omaha's okay, and it's not Lubbock. But I'll tell you this about Lubbock. Not the greatest academically.
Yeah.
They're what they call a tier 3 school.
Yeah.
And Creighton is a tier 1 school academically. So
he probably,
I understand. It's a
there we go.
Get some tutors. Let's go.
Yep.
Keep them eligible.
Yep.
Special thanks as always, executive producer Phil McLean for setting everything up.
Thank you, bro.
Meg, the maven, the social media maven, taking the pictures. Val Elvis, making sure everything works, saying cut and go in 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
All that stuff as well. We appreciate him. Again, our presenting sponsor, thanks to Bud Light for everything they do for us as well. Whether you are watching volleyball, basketball, football, whatever else, enjoy it. Easy drinking, easy buckets, spikes, and touchdowns throughout Nebraska. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. And remember this. If you're watching the show, subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe and like on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, whatever you use.
Just go to Google and type in The Let It Fly Show.
The Let It Fly Show.
See where it take you.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff too, so you can get all the information on what's going on with the show, of course. Sir, take us away.
Hey, it's Josh Jones here with my boy Michael Severe. You know how we do it. It's The Let It Fly Show.